Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Dewan, and this is my rough draft of my research project on artificial intelligence within higher education. First things first, we're going to tackle the research questions. Feel free to pause on this slide if you'd like to take a deeper look through them. I'm just going to move right forward. At the beginning of my presentation, I really wanted to focus on defining artificial intelligence and also how it actually works, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people think they understand, but they probably actually don't. So just to cover it briefly, there's four main ways the AI works: machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, and cognitive computing. Cognitive computing being the closest to human brain and our thought process. I wanted to list a few recent AI successes outside of higher education. So that's Siri, Alexa, Tesla, Nest, and Cogito, which is like kind of a customer service, those automated phone calls you get all the time. Some recent failures. You might be surprised to see Watson on here. We all know he did so well on Jeopardy. But he was actually trying to become an oncology expert as well, and an advisor actually, and he actually fell short. It was found that the AI program was actually giving dangerous treatment advice, so definitely not a good situation there. When it comes to the future of higher education, I wanted to start off with a brief TED Talk, and then I wanted to focus in on what I'm actually going to be presenting on, which is going to be communication networking, the use of chatbots, improving the admissions process, virtual teaching assistant. I actually found a great video of a man down in Australia, Professor David Kellerman, and he is doing a fantastic job. I'll get into that a little bit later in the PowerPoint. When it comes to communication and marketing, like I said, it's really going to be a use of chatbots. Popular chatbots include Mongoose, Gecko Engage, Ivy.ai, and Signalvine. We use Signalvine at SUNY Morrisville. That being said, I wanted to focus in on Ivy just to kind of broaden my horizons a little bit. The CEO of Ivy, Mark McNasby, actually touted the popularity of chatbots due to departments getting questions that they actually can't answer. According to his research, 35 to 40% of questions posed to departments are actually for a different department. So he kind of figured that if we train a chatbot, we can save a lot of time or save a lot of office-to-office communication in that regard. I also thought it was impressive that Ivy.ai can speak over 105 languages as well, which is pretty amazing. This quick video, it's only about a couple minutes long. He speaks about the Ivy.ai algorithm they actually use to train their artificial intelligence, which is pretty unique. The next one I wanted to speak about was mainstreaming the admissions process. While it's not going to overtake admissions, AI is not going to overtake admissions, thankfully. For people like me who actually work in admissions, there have been steps made to make the process easier for both students and employees as well. It really is quite a numbers game. It's not that AI is going to be actually making decisions on applications. It's going to be that they're going to be filtering them, more likely to be accepted, more likely to be denied, things of that nature. Opportunities within teaching and learning. This is where David Kellerman comes into play. He's a professor at the University of New South Wales. And I actually have a brief video on this third slide, and it's about 9 minutes. If you watch one video from my PowerPoint, please watch this one. It's fantastic. He's got a great accent, which always helps. But yeah, his installation of a Qbot, and he moved his class directly to Microsoft Teams a year ago. So there's no one more prepared for COVID and distance learning than David Kellerman. Some cons, we hit some at the end of this presentation here. Lack of personal interaction, of course, and the cost for colleges and K through 12 educators as well to get this programming implemented. Ethical dilemmas, AI bias, of course, and digital human rights issues as well. At the end, I just want to cover a bit of what the future may hold. Virtual mentors for every learner, job loss and creation, and classes being held on a global scale, much like those MOOCs we learned earlier about in the semester. So that was a brief overview. Sorry if I talked a little fast. I've tried to do this a few times and I kept going over the 5-minute mark. But I just want to say thank you again for taking the time to look through my presentation. I look forward to seeing the rest of yours, and thank you all for a great semester as well.